welcome back to our commercial-free presentation of the title match of the GEICO Shark Championship. Osku Palermaa getting set to bowl for the title of the GEICO Shark Championship right now versus Dan McClelland. Time now for our GEICO Championship recap. Randall.
Thank you, Rob. It's match number 1, featured Jason Belmonte and Michael Fagan. The two best friends, they battled all the way to the 10th. Jason Belmonte coming out on top, 248 to 223. Then in match number 2, Belmonte goes to the air. He takes out Tom Smallwood, 208 to 192. Then it's a battle of the two-handers. Not one, but 2 Greek churches. Jason Belmonte, well, you know what he wants to do to himself. Osku Palermaa, he wins the battle of attrition, 182-176.
The tournament leader is a 3-time collegiate All-American from Saginaw Valley State representing Canada, Dan the Man, Dan McClelland.
D-Mac, a native of Windsor, Ontario, Canada, will start this one off. He will conclude on the right lane, but here he is on the left.
See, things haven't changed for this.
Well, he's been watching the telecast with us, Randy. He knows that this left lane is issue-oriented.
Yeah, and that's why he chose to start the match on this lane and finish on the right lane to make Osku finish on the left lane.
Open frame 8. You know me, I'm the positive guy. If you're going to have an open frame, get it out of the way in the first frame.
Better to do it now than on a string of strikes.
There's a look at your 2-seat. Osku Palermaa, just 2 strikes on the left lane. In his previous match, here he is on the right. Late kick gives him the opportunity for just a single pin spare conversion.
Boy, and you can really see how the oil pattern's just been blown apart by players with extreme high rev rates. Remember when they first started in our first match, they were closer to 4th or 5th arrow. In just a couple of games, the players are as far left as they can get, lofting it over the gutter cap.
And now Osku moves over to the left. We saw what it did to D-Mac in his first frame, in open frame 8. But Osku has had more time to kind of survey this left lane.
And right about now, 9 spares okay on that lane.
Yeah, you just saw him with the hands coming out. Ah, that's all right.
It's like, all right.
Just want to avoid splits, avoid ugly leaves.
Those circles that you get, that they put in that frame there, and then they put a dash through it, that's not good. Just get the little diagonal line and move along.
Keep it moving, people. Keep it moving. McClelland, the 5th consecutive player in this World Series of Bowling to earn the top speed in a stepladder format for the first time ever.
So he has to modify his 5-step approach where he stands in front of the bar, he turns a couple of tiny steps. We've seen players do that throughout the years, and it takes a pretty talented player to be able to pull that off. Dan McClelland is a talented player.
Family in town to cheer on Dan. His mom in the yellow.
Dan's arsenal outburst, fairly high in terms of hook rating.
That is what you wanted to avoid.
Now it's going to be back-to-back open frames on this left lane. It's a pretty good shot out of his hand, but the ball just never lays off right through the face, and he pays for it.
Open frame, spare, open frame for D-Mac. So Osku, how about that for a quick 25 pin advantage?
That'll loosen your swing up in a hurry.
And that's without having a strike yet. And finally, our first strike of the title match. All right, here is the more of what matters to you fan question brought to you by the makers of One a Day. To me this week, really?
This is for you, Rob, and it comes from Greg Williams of Levittown, Pennsylvania, the hometown of Bill O'Neill. And what do you like for the 2010-2011 PBA Chris Schenkel Player of the Year Award?
Well, who do you think Greg wants me to say, being he's from Levittown, PA, the hometown of Bill O'Neill?
Jason Belmonte?
I'm saying Bill O'Neill, and that's my answer. Bill O'Neill on top of the PBA World Championship final standings heading into that major. He's my vote. Oh, Brooklyn!
Yeah, it's going to start getting ugly on that lane, and right now there's no time to be proud. Take what you can get, avoid open frames on the left lane, and just try to stay clean, because it doesn't look like it's very easy right now to throw a double. Pure physics for Dan McClellan on the right lane, so two different balls. Something a little stronger on this right lane. Let's see about getting a strike here.
Negative. He was 10th going into match play, Randy. Then he ripped off an 8-1 record and sprang all the way up to the #1 seed. Could use some of that mojo right now.
He's turned a 5-step approach into a 3-step approach by virtue of standing in front of the ball return.
How difficult is it to change that step approach on the fly?
You better practice it a bunch. It's not something you can just snap your fingers to and expect to do it overnight. It takes a lot of work and a lot of practice.
How much of the power or the finesse does it take away when you're shortening up those steps?
For me, when I did it, it was hard to create velocity. You know, if I could stay soft enough, I was okay. But when I had to do that and throw it fast, that was hard because I just started arming everything.
Open frame, spare. Open frame, spare. No strikes, and he is on that nasty left lane right now.
All right, he switched balls in this left lane. Let's see what happens. Looking for his first mark.
There we go. Hopefully for the D-Mac campus. Not too little too late there on that change. Better to change in the 5th than the 7th or the 8th.
Hey, you know, he got a little experience last week, and he said, you know, he told us, Rob, he says, hey, man, this time I'm just going to go out and try to have some fun. If it's not there, it's not there. But if I need to make adjustments, I'm going to make them on the fly with conviction and try to have a little fun out there. I'll tell you what, he'd have more fun if he could start stringing some strikes together and get back in this match. Look out. Too fast and too wide. Now this shot is just going to kind of get a little wide and kind of stay out there. See that? He's been around the 7th arrow most of the time. That was really fast and really hard.
And he does not convert, leaves the 10 open frame. Lead now at 19 pins. But Osku working off his first open frame of this title match. His competitor, that you see over his left shoulder, already has 2 open frames. And now Osku slides on over to that left lane. He has gone spare strike on it in the title match. That 8 was shaken.
That's not very friendly. How do you leave a solid 8 when the ball's in the air, hooked about a total of 4 boards to the left, and you leave a solid 8 pin? I just don't get it. It's fading most of the way and then stands up for about a 3-board hook. I mean, solid 8.
Again, a spare, certainly not the worst thing on that left lane.
No, you're right, Rob, but when you throw it right there, you should strike 99.9% of the time. The only thing that could stand up would be a solid 8 pin, which is exactly what happened.
Come on, baby. You gotta be kidding me.
4, 6, 7 split.
Wow.
Well, the good news for D-Mac is he's in the Tournament of Champions with a regional title.
Bad news?
You've seen it over the course of the last couple minutes.
You know, the thing about, if you look at his game, he's paid the price on every marginal shot. You know, he got it wide, he left a washout. Every ball that's gone through the nose, he's split on.
Hey, Brad.
3 open frames now.
The perfect fit for the PBA fan who wants more. Randy, do you know what it is? It's the Tour's online video subscription service. Extra Frame.
Subscriber.
I know you are. Anything that they give for you free, you'll take. You can find it over on PBA.com. Head on over there and click on the Extra Frame link to get started. You get PBA Regional, Senior, and Lumber Liquidator Tour events coverage, great features, product reviews, great crew working really, really hard on Extra Frame. It is certainly worth your time if you are a bowling fan or want to become one. Right in the face.
Like I was saying, every marginal shot has resulted in either a split or a washout, and they've all been open frames.
The casual bowler, Randy, tuning in right now, watching this, seeing these low scores, seeing the best in the world struggling. How do you put it in context for them? Says just how difficult these lanes are playing right now.
Well, if somebody's tuning in for the first time, they're probably wondering why the players are playing so far to the inside or why are they playing so deep. And the answer is simple. Anything right of, say, the second arrow on the right side of the lane will either fall into the gutter or the players will pick off 3 pins because there is so much oil to the outside part of the lane you can't play there. Remember, we talk about friction and the players using friction to their advantage. Well, right now there is too much friction and it's in the wrong spot.
Oh, how about that? The messenger delivers a double.
And again, if it's Dan McClellan, he big 4s in that hit. Osku gets a pin off the rail and caves the 6-10 in for a strike. And that's how this match has gone.
It's probably the first good break we have seen in about 2 matches,
right.
Maybe 3.
And remember the last shot he threw on the left lane, he went solid 8 on a perfect shot. So this bowling's a crazy game.
Fickle sport, my friend.
It is. I don't understand it. I mean, look at that leave. That could have been a bucket. That could have been the 2-4, 5-7. Instead, it's just the 5-pin. It's crazy. And right now, it's just survival of the fittest, and whoever's going to win this is going to win ugly.
That we can guarantee. We can guarantee another thing. We'll have our second international champion of this World Series of Bowling. Now, should Osku win today, he would become eligible, Randy, of course, for the Tournament of Champions coming up in Vegas, but he has his eye on another major as well, the PBA World Championship. After qualifying through 60 games, there's your top 8. The top 8 advance to the TV finals. And there's Osku sitting in at number 3.
Oh, that would be the NAS. That's what we are here for. We bowl 60 games. Only top 60 makes it every tournament. So that was the show you wanted to make. And of course, it's major. You wanted to make it, and then now you're in. Only a few games away. So just wait for it.
Danny Mac, bottom of the 8th, down 31.
Good time for that to happen. He needs to start stringing some strikes to get back into this match.
Just his second strike here in the title match. He's down 31 pins as we enter the 9th.
All right, so he can still strike out for 192. Osku Palermaa is going at a 193 pace. Anything can happen, and we've seen stranger things happen, especially when the lanes get this hard.
But here is the left lane. Let's see what it does to D-Mac.
Really? Am I the only one getting it off the point on that lane?
I mean, that is just a nasty lane. I can't remember the last time we saw a lane cause this much damage in the tour. I mean, we've come across it before, certainly. But this thing is just obliterating people.
Well, and again, every time he's gone through the nose, he's split.
We take a look at the 4 previous winners here at the World Series of Bowling. Week number 1, we saw Eugene McCune with a title-winning strike in the 10th at the Brunswick Pro Bowling Cheetah Championship. Week 2 witnessed Bill O'Neill crushing the competition for his 3rd career title at the Pepsi Viper Championship. Then, at the PBA Chameleon Championship, rookie Scott Norton almost dropped the perfect game on Sean Rash in the title match, but was still able to earn his first PBA Tour title. Then last week, the mysterious Young Jin Koo, rolling from the 4-seed spot, won the all-South Korean final for his first ever PBA crown. Osku set to join that list on top by 43 here in the 9th. Just looking to get some count, load it on up.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, this match is over, so Osku is just trying to fill frames by throwing the ball straight down the middle.
And picks up a spare. You know, frankly, maybe that's something they should have done from the outset.
Well, I think in hindsight, if they knew the scores were going to be this low, that
Right.
may have been the strategy. But the best Dan McClellan can shoot right now is 160. This is the winner for Osku Palermaa. He will go to the Tournament of Champions.
Not pretty, but effective.
Exactly.
The war of attrition goes to Palermaa. We'll be back to wrap up this bizarre final when we return to Vegas. The World Series of Bowling on ESPN is brought to you by GEICO. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Barbazol. Start your day with Barbazol shaving cream, America's leader for a close, comfortable shave. And by Lumber Liquidators, hardwood flooring for less. It is not often you throw only 3 strikes and have 173 pins down, yet you win not only a match, but your first ever PBA Lumber Liquidators title. But that has happened. Osku Palermaa gets the title. He's standing by lane side with Kimberly.
Osku, that was a pretty tough match out there, but what happened to those lanes?
Well, it's high rev rate, guys, on the whole show. 5 games, a lot of practice. That's what happens, and it's Shark. So, but I got on the top of it, so I'm happy.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you, Kimberly.
So Osku becomes the 2nd international champion of this World Series of Bowling, and the 2nd in as many weeks. Our next telecast Sunday, January 9th, USA versus the world from right here in Las Vegas. An intriguing format with some great talents. Looking forward to that one. For Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Rob Stone. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.